Online dating is starting to become an issue in today's world. Online dating has grown over the last few years into a normal thing for society. There is a question that society must be asked, however. How has online dating affected relationships? The areas that should be looked at in relation to relationships are dating websites and applications, social media platforms, and statistical data for successful or failed relationships. The projected findings for this question are that dating websites and applications are what drives the initial contact between two people. Social media encourages people to meet online and also to post their newfound relationships online. By doing all of this, many relationships that start from an online platform will fail. There are always going to be special cases, however, where a relationship will work and two people will find their soulmates. The new digital age has affected our cultural values and personal behaviors in various ways. Online dating is one of the most debatable issues in as far as the effect of information technology on people's behaviors are concerned. Online dating can be described as a way that individuals search for and contact each other through digital platforms like social media and dating sites to arrange for a date with the intention of developing a romantic and personal relationship. Online dating has continued to grow over the years. More and more applications and websites are being created year in and year out to sell true love and provide lifetime happiness. To utilize online dating, people create their user accounts on online dating sites before providing their matched preferences and descriptive information. Users are then matched with each other based on their interests, preferences, and profile information. Online dating is meant to provide love and relationship solutions. However, is this the case? Could this be affecting relationships? It is worth to find the answers to these questions because online dating is now part of today's society. An interview was conducted in the research effort for this topic. A total of 100 study participants of at least 18 years old were interviewed. The respondents included workmates and people in supermarkets and bars. An equal number of males and females were interviewed to get an accurate representation of opinions about online dating and its effect on relationships. Some of the questions include: have you ever heard of online dating? Have you ever tried online dating? Do you know of any couple that met online? Do you think relationships of people who meet face-to-face before dating is more effective than that of those who meet online with their potential partners? And so on and so forth. There are a total of 17 questions in this research. The study was seeking to examine the effect of online dating relationships. Therefore, the dependent variable is a relationship, whereas the independent variable is online dating. The relationship between these variables are summarized in the figure below. According to Anderson, in The Ugly Truth About Dating, love is a fundamental need for human beings. Whereas some people meet their partners in places like schools, workplaces, and social circles, these pools are somehow shallow. With technological advancements, some people are now switching to less traditional methods. However, such methods can prove costly in the long run. Anderson states that many relationships that start from online dating cannot last long. People who end up in such relationships are 28% more likely to break up with their partners compared to those who started their relationships after meeting face-to-face. Even more, couples who met through the internet are 3 times likely to divorce compared to those who met face-to-face. One problem with online dating is that even though some people are genuinely looking for a partner, some people are just looking for sex. For instance, a majority of men who use online dating sites tend to assume that women who use such services are willing to sleep with strangers. Nonetheless, there are exceptions because, as Anderson indicates, approximately 5% of Americans who happen to be in marriage or committed relationships met their partners through the internet. On the effects of social media and emotions and relationships, Christensen noted that unless people can develop a coherent understanding of how social media affects them and necessary actions they may take to address related challenges, their chances of developing negative habits and developing further emotional distress increases. This can then make both their relationships and health to deteriorate. Despite its benefits, like increased humor and happiness, excessive use of social media can decrease the quality of relationship among individuals. It increases relationship dissatisfaction, distrust, isolation, emotional detachment, skewed perception of reality, fewer offline interactions, and even end of relationships. Such negative emotions are highly associated with excessive social media use. The more time an individual spent on social media, the more likely they were to experience a negative impact on their overall emotional well-being and decreased quality in their relationships. This can negatively impact a relationship that may have already been built on a weak foundation through the use of a dating website. Men, unlike women, tend to change their personalities when they are expecting to meet a potential dating partner. Their willingness to exaggerate such characteristics become high when communicating through email. That means that men engage in more deceptive self-presentation compared to women. Therefore, online daters should be careful about dishonesty because people present themselves differently depending on their online dating contexts. All human beings want to be loved, and all human beings want to love and be loved. People find their partners in different places and under different circumstances. In the past couple of years, many people would prefer meeting their potential partners in social places, workplaces, and so forth. However, advancement of digital technology has changed the scope of things. The emergence of online dating now means that people can meet their potential partners through the internet and organize to meet later on. Nonetheless, these online dating sites are full of different characters. Whereas some people who are seriously and genuinely searching for their matches, others, especially men, have ill intentions. For instance, the research shows that a majority of men tend to assume that women who search for partners from online dating sites and applications are willing to sleep with their strangers, as mentioned before, but this isn't always the case. There's a bad perception about couples who meet through the internet. Many people think that the traditional way of meeting potential face-to-face partners contributes to lasting longer relationships compared to online dating. At the same time, it is unclear from this research that although a relatively large percentage of relationships from online dating end up failing, some of them become successful. About 5% of Americans who are either married or seriously dating happen to have met their significant others through the internet. It is also clear from this study that many relationships resulting from online dating are short-lived. Excessive use of social media can compromise emotional well-being of individuals. Also, uncontrolled social media use can have negative effects on relationships. A majority of people who use online dating sites and applications are those with experience in internet use. Thus, despite finding their match online, these people might find it challenging to stay in their relationships with their partners because of the adverse emotional implications of excessive use of social media. On the flip side of this study has indicated that online dating sites and applications have come as a relief to some people who have found it difficult to find love and passion. For instance, people with sexual transmitted diseases like HIV and AIDS use these sites to find their potential partners who match their preferences. Unfortunately, people are being stigmatized for their conditions. The problem is that many people who go for online dating sites are dishonest about themselves. The study has also indicated an increase in the number of online dating sites and applications. Users choose between different sites based on their effectiveness of providing them with perfect match. It has even been suggested that in the world of today, 20% of relationships start online. This percentage is expected to increase further considering the increased use of digital media. The first step in using dating sites is creating user profiles. The problem is that these dating profiles tend to create mental constructs that people develop about their potential partners. Couples that meet shortly after dating have higher chances of accepting the minor differences that they may encounter with their partners. However, those who take too long find it problematic to accept such discrepancies. In most cases, this becomes the beginning of an end to such relationships. The results from the study were obtained from the distributed questionnaire are summarized in the following table. 70% of the interviewees answered yes to knowing of online dating. 90% of the interviewees answered yes to the question, I think relationships of people who meet face-to-face before dating is more effective than that of those who meet online with their potential partners. Only 35% of interviewees answered yes to, I am willing to enter a relationship with somebody that they have met online. 78% of interviewees answered yes to, I think people who use online dating are desperate. Online dating has emerged as one of the swiftest ways that people use to find love and partners. 70% of study participants stated that they knew online dating. However, only 18% of the participants accepted that they have tried online dating. Despite increased use of online dating sites and applications, only 5% of the respondents said that they knew couples that met through the internet. On whether relationships of couples who met through the internet last long, 4% of the study participants agreed to that notion, whereas the other 96% disagreed. Relationships that start after face-to-face contacts is still believed to be long-lasting compared to those that started online because 90% of the respondents were found to believe so. Even though more and more people are now resorting for online dating, only 10% of the study participants stated that it was making traditional dating methods irrelevant. The aspect of dishonesty also surfaced in the course of this research because 85% of the respondents indicated so. Furthermore, 87% of people who took part in the questionnaire survey stated that they think a majority of online daters change their personalities to impress their potential daters. In addition to that, 70% of them thought that online dating will have significantly advanced in the next 5 years. As initially noted, 89% of the respondents said that dating sites and applications are increasing at a relatively faster rate than initially anticipated. In regards to those who are willing to enter in relationships with people that they have met through the internet, 35% of the study participants indicated that they are willing to do so. Meanwhile, all respondents believed that relationships resulting from face-to-face interaction were more effective and healthier compared to those resulting from online dating. Moreover, 70% of those who took part in the questionnaire survey seemed to believe that online dating was preventing some people from settling down. In regards to the aspect of online daters being desperate, 78% of the participants thought so. Relationships that start online are generally weak. Although some couples who met online have ended up in marriage or serious relationships, the majority have failed. The use of social media and other digital platforms can compromise the emotional balance of people. This can make a great difference when it comes to relationships. To sum up, online dating provides a swift way of finding love for those who cannot find their perfect match from face-to-face contacts. Online dating appears to be the better option. The problem is that relationships resulting from online dating are highly short-lived. Very few couples that meet from dating sites and applications get serious and even end up in marriage. There are multiple reasons as to why such relationships do not last long. It is clear from this research that online daters have varied intentions when they choose to sign up for the service. Whereas some daters are genuinely searching for partners, others are just there for sexual satisfaction or to hook up. A majority of men who use the services think that women who look for love online are just looking to sleep around with strangers. This research concludes that the information technology of online dating is tainting romantic relationships as society once knew them. The cultural values of chivalry and courting have been diminished by instant messaging and matches online. Online dating is changing the way that lovers communicate and the behavior of the users as we know it.